You see that? You see how I jumped off on that fucker? Where do I start? Smash Legends. This amalgamation of both Brawl Stars, Super Smash Bros. And Wild Rift has just globally launched, April 13th. So let's hop into it. The first little chatter I started to hear about the game was all about how it resembled Brawl Stars. This intrigued me indeed. Brawl Stars, but for the PC, now this could be good. Smash Legends is a cross-platform multiplayer game available on both PC and mobile device. But right out the gate, I could tell it was kind of more optimized for mobile device than it was for PC. This game is easy to run, it's free, and the graphics are pretty good for a mobile game. Today, I'll be going over where this game went right and where it went wrong. I'm Young Stu, I hope you enjoy. Leave a like and comment down below. Right away, you notice how similar the UI is to Brawl Stars. For a matter of fact, I'm not sponsored, so I'ma say it. It's the same f***ing design, to a T, just with like a few things changed here and there. I don't think they needed to copy the UI, but they are competing with Supercell, who has cracked the freemium app game. It does bug me a bit how similar it looks, because I feel they had their own potential, but once again, I'll get into the gameplay and you'll see this is where they differ heavily. Just like Brawl Stars, there's a button to choose your brawler, or in this game, your legend. The art style of the legend and how they function are much different than Brawl. The characters here are all named after fairy tale characters. You have Little Red Riding Hood, Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, and so on. These legends feel more like Overwatch characters than brawlers in my opinion. A brawler is used when needed, while a legend is played because that person mains it or likes them and their abilities. Sort of like how an Overwatch player picks who they like, a healer, a tank, an attacker. Each legend has their own trophy road with rewards promoting you to stick with one legend. This game also has possibilities for so much more personal customization than Brawl currently has. You can change skins, the attack effects, final blow, and your respawn trail. All these choices really let you personally customize your character the way you want it. The trophy road is like Brawl Stars, but as you progress, the better loot boxes you will unlock. So in Silver, you will get a Silver loot box that may have a chance to drop rare legends, but in Diamond League, you get Diamond loot boxes that have a chance to drop epic legends. This makes it impossible for free-to-play players to pull higher tier legends until they have enough trophies. And even then, it's still luck-based. This box system seems to only be implemented as a way to force people to spend money. As being a player that never bought gems besides for the Brawl Pass, I have pulled every brawler for free, which did take a while, but with a system like this, I feel it's going to take even longer than it did with Brawl Stars. Oh, and Smash also has a Brawl Pass for those more dedicated players. Okay, we went over the UI, but what is the game like? There are 6 game modes you can choose from: Dominion, Battle Royale, Crown Guard, TDM, Duel, and Harvest. You must unlock all 6 game modes just like in Brawl, so we'll go over them in order. Before we play, let me explain the main mechanics. You have 2 main attacks, a basic attack with no reload, and a heavy attack that must recharge after using it. While attacking, you'll be also charging up a super, just like in Brawl or Overwatch or whatever game. There are also gadgets and abilities you can unlock as you level up your legend. You can eventually have 2 abilities during the fight. From the looks of it, there are many abilities on each legend, so you can mix and match to your likings. All legends are pretty close range fighters. Positioning is key. When it comes to gameplay, this is where I would say it's more of a Super Smash Bros. Rather than a Brawl Stars. Comboing moves will send players flying and dealing a lot of damage. A lot of maps are floating, so the ability to send an opponent off the map for an insta-kill is very possible. Knowing your range and attacking first is important to winning the fight. One player with good timing can kill all 3 opponents at one time. Dominion is the main mode, the gem grab, the brawl ball of this game. It's a 3v3, king of the hill, capture the point type game mode. Items spawn on the ground, either a bomb, supercharge, or a heal during the match while teams fight to hold the point for a set amount of time. I really like this game mode. I see potential for building comps, the matches are quick, only lasting at most 3 minutes. And there's a lot of intense fights and plays you can do during it. Battle Royale is the next game mode you unlock. This is basically a shitty 8-man solo showdown. The map doesn't look great, the power boxes are odd, but they have their own mechanics and items will spawn around the map, including a donut which acts like an energy drink in Showdown. Speaking of item in boxes, when you break a box or run up on an item, you do not auto pick up like in Brawl. In fact, pickup button replaces your basic attack button, causing you to be unable to attack while picking up something. This adds a new element to the mode. For example, say I kill someone and they drop 3 power cubes. If I try and pick them up, I'm a sitting duck for anyone who wants to come and hit me. Someone could let me grab one of them and then hit me off the other 2 and steal them for themselves. Still a fun game mode, as it's always fun to fight a free-for-all. And unlike Brawl Stars, where there's a certain brawler can just win it by getting to the last 1v1 and countering your brawler, like Stu vs El Primo, this game feels like you can really win no matter what legend you choose. It more depends on your skill that you have with that legend itself. Crown Guard is the next one and probably my favorite game mode by far. It's a 3v3 match, but the way you win is by killing the enemy player with the crown on their head, while the other 2 opponents defend and try and kill your crown player. One player on each team starts off with the crown. After killing the crown player, the player will respawn, but the crown will have moved to the next teammate. A team wins by killing all 3 crown players. This is a very fun game mode, but very stressful at the same time. If you start with a crown, you can survive and let your teammates die as many times as you want. As long as you don't die with the crown, then the opponents have 0 points. It's a very small map, so team comp, awareness, and distance are very important. And overall, this is just an interesting concept. Maybe Brawl could steal some shit back? I don't know. TDM is next up. Just like how in Brawl Stars, Hot Zone and Heist rotate every so often, this game mode switches with Crown Guard. Now, I don't know why they do that. Crown Guard is fire. Going off the script here. But, fuck, I love that game mode. TDM is a 3v3 first to 10 kills. Not much is needed to be said about this game mode. It's a game mode where teams must work together to survive while trying to score kills on the opponents. Items spawn on the ground from heals, bombs to supercharges. This adds another element of strategy to the game and how you will want to use the items among your teammates. Duel is the next game mode, and if Brawl is going to steal anything from this game, please let it be this. Please! This is a 1v1 game mode, first to 3 kills, winner takes all. What more do I gotta say? Oh yeah, and you win trophies. Well, okay, one fix for this game. You only win 5 trophies in this game mode. Unlike in Dominion with 8 and 12 in solo, this one is not very rewarding, especially for having to rely strictly on yourself and your skills. So when they add this to Brawl Stars, please make this at least 7 trophies. The final game mode and the most controversial game mode is Harvest. This game mode rotates with Duel, and there are many opinions on this mode, if it's good or dog water. This mode is a Mario Party-like 4-player free-for-all. Players must battle in the ring while trying to break and then pick up these radishes for points. Hence the name Harvest. The person at the end of the game with the most radishes wins. This is an interesting game mode. It highlights a different way to play the game, with the focus being about using the pickup mechanics wisely and knockback mechanics. In this mode, not many people focus on kills. Rather, they will just try and keep people away from the points they're trying to grab. I like this Mario Party-esque idea. It wasn't the best execution, and it's not my favorite mode, but at least they tried to make their own game mode instead of just copying Siege or Present Plunder or some other Brawl Stars mode. So yeah, that is basically what the game has to offer so far. This next segment, I want to go over general thoughts about the game and its future. Smash Legends, just like Brawl Stars, both had their own potential. These 2 games had the possibility to be as big as League and Overwatch in my opinion. Both have fell short of that in many ways, and we will get into that, but let me start you off with this. In a magical world, Brawl Stars is and has always been a PC-only game. The UI is the same, it's scaled to PC better, and the controls are fitted a little better. Now in this world, Smash Legends comes out to PC only as well. Yes, they still copy the 3v3 aspect and the choose a hero aspect of Brawl, but Supercell wasn't the first to do this either. Everyone copies from somewhere. But do I think Smash Legends would need to copy the UI of Brawl Stars like they currently have? These games right now are so different that if they were both PC-only games, they would easily live in their own bubble in the gaming world, sort of like how Fortnite and Apex can be both as huge as they are. Unfortunately, both games chose the path to make the most money instead of making the most out of their game. Both games went freemium app business model, which can I blame them? This is the easiest way to make money, and your game only needs to be half decent. Mobile games pull so much more casual audience, and when I say casual, I mean super casual. Your grandma could play these games while drinking her morning tea. You can pull way more people into your game this way, and it's easy to run, play, and understand. Therefore, I say their focus is to make money instead of making a good game. Since the main player base are casuals, the small group of competitive players miss out. I'll be honest, I don't think Brawl Stars was aware what they were making in early development. They weren't aware of what kind of potential they had in a game, and they put it on mobile thinking it was only a freemium app like Clash of Clans. CSGO relies on being balanced as of how highly competitive it is, and although not perfect, these type of games have teams working on it trying to make it as even as possible. I'll give Brawl credit though, they have made strides in competitive aspects, as I'm sure they noticed their dedicated followers are the competitive players, but their focus of the game is still mainly casual. This makes it hard to see the competitive aspect of the game grow to a large scale like COD or League. They're kind of just soft lock themselves. To sum it up, competitive games focus on gameplay before buyable items, while these apps are made to sell items in-game to the casuals before they focus on a dedicated player base. So the question is, will Smash Legends fall victim to this? Sadly, I think this game had more potential than Brawl Stars did as a PC game. But as I said earlier, on PC this game feels less polished, and with the way they copied the UI of Brawl, I feel like they're just trying to be a competitor in the casual freemium app game instead of making their own fully fledged game. This is why the UI is the same. A casual player base does not have the time or care to learn a whole new game that looks different. This UI copy makes it easy to transfer someone from game to game, and when the goal is to get someone to purchase an item, then who cares how perfectly balanced, fair, or in-depth your game may be. Just like Brawl Stars, this game had huge potential, if not more than Brawl Stars, to be a great game. A great game, but bad execution, at least in the competitive gamer's eyes. Business-wise, this was a great play, as they will make way more money while only sacrificing a few dedicated group of competitive players. Why do you think Nintendo doesn't give a shit about competitive Super Smash Bros? Don't get me wrong, it's still a super fun game for what it is. It only just launched, so who knows what they'll do. At this certain point, I don't see a reason to religiously play and learn this game yet. I do feel there's a high skill curve you can get to, but for what? It's still just a mobile game. Brawl Stars and Smash Legends are mainly for casual play, and although they have some competitive aspects in their game, they won't be as big as I hoped for because fundamentally, these two games are not meant to be super competitive. I do feel Smash Legends has a much higher skill cap, but since it's not mainly a PC game, it will never reach the height it could have. Sag. Holy shit, you made it all the way through. Thank you for listening to my shitty review. Leave a comment down below what you think about the game. And if you like this, subscribe and follow for more. See ya.